Early life and football beginnings. Rami Shaaban was born on April 30, 1975, in Nyköping, Sweden, to a Swedish mother and a Tunisian father. Growing up in Sweden, Shaaban was exposed to football at an early age, as his father, a keen football fan, played an important role in fostering his interest in the sport. Shaaban's path to becoming a professional footballer was not immediately clear, as his early years saw him playing a variety of sports, but it was football that ultimately captured his full attention. Shaaban's first exposure to organized football came at the age of 6 when he joined his local team, IFK Nyköping. While initially playing as an outfield player, it became clear to those around him that Shaaban possessed the quick reflexes and agility required for the goalkeeper position. This insight led to his eventual transition to goalkeeper, a role he quickly grew into, showing impressive shot-stopping ability and a commanding presence in the box. His rapid rise through the youth ranks of Nyköping's football scene set the stage for a promising career in football. Shaaban's early years were spent developing his skills in the youth systems of smaller Swedish clubs. But his big break came when he joined the youth academy of the larger Swedish club, Östers IF. It was with Östers IF that Shaaban's abilities as a goalkeeper began to truly shine, gaining recognition for his strong performances. His natural athleticism and leadership qualities, coupled with his excellent reflexes and shot-stopping ability, made him stand out among his peers, laying the foundation for a successful career in Swedish football. Rise in Swedish football, Östers IF and Allsvenskan debut. Rami Shaaban's professional football career began to take shape in the early 1990s when he signed with Östers IF, a club based in Växjö, Sweden. His first taste of senior football came in 1994, when he was promoted to the first team as a young goalkeeper. Shaaban's performances in the Allsvenskan, Sweden's top-tier football league, were notable for their maturity and composure, particularly for a young player just breaking into the professional scene. His ability to make crucial saves under pressure quickly earned him a reputation as one of Sweden's rising goalkeeper talents. During his time with Östers IF, Shaaban was given the chance to showcase his talent in Sweden's domestic competitions, both in the league and in cup tournaments. His agility and reflexes made him an important player for Östers IF, but it was his leadership qualities that truly set him apart from his peers. Shaaban quickly became the team's first-choice goalkeeper, and his consistency between the posts earned him widespread praise in the Swedish footballing community. Although Östers IF was a relatively small club in comparison to the giants of Swedish football, Shaaban's performances caught the attention of bigger clubs, and it wasn't long before he attracted interest from the more established teams in Sweden. This interest eventually led to his departure from Östers IF in 1997, marking the beginning of the next chapter in his career. Moved to Djurgårdens IF and continued success. In 1997, Rami Shaaban made a high-profile move to Djurgårdens IF, one of Sweden's top football clubs based in Stockholm. The move represented a significant step in Shaaban's career, as he was now competing at a higher level with one of the country's most successful teams. Djurgården was one of Sweden's most storied football clubs, and joining them gave Shaaban the opportunity to play in Europe's prestigious competitions, as well as the chance to compete for domestic titles in the Allsvenskan. At Djurgården, Shaaban quickly established himself as one of the top goalkeepers in Swedish football. His commanding presence, quick reflexes, and ability to organize his defense made him a key player for Djurgården. He played a vital role in the club's domestic success, including the team's victories in the Swedish Cup and Allsvenskan titles. Shaaban's performances in Europe were also a highlight, as Djurgården competed in the UEFA Cup and other continental competitions, giving Shaaban a platform to prove himself on the international stage. During his time with Djurgården, Shaaban gained a reputation not only as a talented shot-stopper but also as a vocal leader on the pitch. His ability to communicate with his defenders and his bravery in one-on-one situations made him an indispensable part of the team. Shaaban's presence in goal was a key factor in Djurgården's successes during this period, and his performances in domestic and European competitions further solidified his status as one of Sweden's top goalkeepers. Move to England. Arsenal and Premier League. Rami Shaaban's impressive form at Djurgården earned him a move to one of the biggest football clubs in the world, Arsenal FC, in 2002. Shaaban's move to the Premier League was a dream come true for the goalkeeper, who had long aspired to play in one of Europe's top leagues. At Arsenal, Shaaban found himself surrounded by world-class players and under the management of the legendary Arsène Wenger. It was a significant step in his career, as he now had the chance to play for one of the most successful and well-known clubs in English football. Shaaban's time at Arsenal was marked by limited opportunities on the pitch, as he found himself competing with established goalkeepers such as Jens Lehmann, who was Arsenal's first-choice goalkeeper during that period. Despite not being the regular starter, Shaaban made a number of important appearances for the club, especially in cup competitions, showcasing his ability when called upon. His time at Arsenal gave him the invaluable experience of training alongside top-level professionals, including some of the greatest players in the world, such as Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira, and Dennis Bergkamp. Although Shaaban was not able to secure a permanent starting role at Arsenal, his time at the club was a valuable learning experience. His brief stint in the Premier League allowed him to sharpen his skills, gain experience in one of the world's most competitive football leagues, and experience life at a top-tier club. Shaaban's time at Arsenal would be short-lived, as he was loaned out to other clubs in search of more regular first-team football. Loan moves. Birmingham City and returned to Sweden. After his time at Arsenal, Rami Shaaban was loaned out to several clubs in order to find more playing time. In 2004, he was sent on loan to Birmingham City in the English Premier League. Unfortunately, his time at Birmingham City was also brief, and he found himself sidelined for much of the season. Despite this, the experience provided Shaaban with valuable exposure to English football and further cemented his reputation as a solid, reliable goalkeeper. In 2005, Shaaban made the decision to return to Sweden, where he rejoined Östers IF. After years of playing abroad, returning to Sweden allowed Shaaban to rediscover his form and enjoy more regular first-team football. His performances with Östers IF, once again, showed his high-level skills and leadership abilities. Shaaban continued to play at a high standard, becoming a key figure in Swedish football once more. Final years and retirement. Rami Shaaban's playing career continued for several years, although his time in the top-flight leagues became increasingly limited as injuries began to take their toll. After his time at Östers IF, Shaaban had stints at several clubs, including IFK Östersund and several others in the Swedish lower leagues. His final years in football were spent mentoring younger goalkeepers, passing on his wealth of experience to the next generation. Shaaban announced his retirement from professional football in 2012, marking the end of a long and successful career. He had made a name for himself as one of Sweden's most reliable and respected goalkeepers. Over the years, Shaaban had played in several of the world's top leagues, representing Sweden at the highest levels, including the UEFA Champions League and Premier League. His career left a lasting legacy in Swedish football, and he remains a well-respected figure in the footballing community.